सुख नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशर हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे बोझ जने ओ साजे शंकर सुवर केशरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन वृंदावन कुटीर राम काज करिबे जो आस प्रभु चरित सुनिबे और सिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिया दिखावा रूप धरि रंग जरावा रूप धरि असुर समारे रामचंद्र के काज समारे राय सजीवन लखन जियारे श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति के बहुत बनाए तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समाए सनकादिक तुमरो यस गावे कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अनीसा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जाने कवि कोविद कहि सके काने तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लीलो ताहि मधुर पर जानो प्रभु मोरिका मेरे मुख माए गए अचरज नाई दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते तुम्हारो तुम्हारे जेते राम द्वारे तुम्हारे गवारे ओ राजा बिन पैसारे सब सुख रहे तुम्हारे शरणा तुम रक्षक काहो को धरना आवन देश समारो आवे तीनों लोग हाथ के काबे ओ जति साजनी नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे जब वीरा जब निरंतर हनुमत वीरा हनुमान छुड़ावे मन भजन ज्ञान चोलावे सब पर राम जी राजा जिनके काज सकल सुख साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग पर धाम तुम्हारा हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संगति तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुआरे सबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम जो पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाए जानन हरि भक्त सहाय और देवता कितना डरे हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे संकट कटे मिटे सब वीरा मिरे हनुमत बलवीर जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई जो तन पार बात कर कोई जो नहीं बांधे महान कोई जो यहाँ पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय मालेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय मालेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय मालेरा।
पवन तनय संकट हरणा मंगल मूर्ति रूपा राम
लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरधूपा।
सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। एहि विधि नगर नारी नर नर राम गुणगान सानुकूल सब पर रही संतत कृपा निधान।
सियावर रामचंद्र पद गैरा उमावर शंभुनाथ पद गैरहु महावीर बजरंगी पद गैरहु शरणागतो है।
सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की मंगल भवन मंगल हारी प्रभु
दशरथ हरिय बिहारी
रघुकुल
रीत सदा परिपाए। राम हरि पर बचन गाए। सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
जपते राम प्रथम
गेसा उदित भयो अति प्रबल दिनेसा। पूरी आकाश रहे बहु दिन सुख बहु तन मन शोका। जिनहि लोक देखहो बखानी प्रथम अभियनि संसानी। आगम दुख जहतः रुकाने काम क्रोध कैरव सुखाने। विधि धर्म गुणाल सुधाओ एक करुण सुख लहै न काओ। मत्सर मन मोह मद चोरा इन्ह करुण कवनि होरा। धर्म राग ज्ञान बिखाना एक पंक्ति का सविधि नाना। सुख संतोष विराग विवेका भीगत को कहने
जे कहते पावहि नाश सिया
वर रामचंद्र भज गए रहो, उमावर शंभुनाथ भज गए रहो, महावीर भज रंगे पर गए रहो, शरणागत हरि।
श्याम रामचंद्र भगवान की
Jai Gurudev, everybody. So we carry on from yesterday. The last part, what we sang yesterday, was about how we can ease the burden of Mother Earth. And how we ease the burden of Mother Earth is by truly and sincerely change ourselves. So here we started with a verse. In this way, the men and women of the city sang Sri Ram's praise, and all merciful was ever propitious to all. But to sing the glory of the Lord is not just take a mala and sing. It's not the outro, but very often we put. And then expect that God will be very merciful to us. No? If we don't transform ourselves, nobody can do that for you. You have to do that. The Guru is showing the way. The one so merciful for each one of you. But for transformation to happen, you have to have that willingness, no? You can't say, yes, I want to stop all my negativity yet, but I don't do anything. I just sit idly like that and expect that God will do it for me. And this is the nature that very often we do. We put a show of the outside and appeared very holy. But and inside, our heart is full of darkness, full of hypocrisy. And then we come in front of God and Guru. It's like during the Gita, Guru Gita course I was saying, when you come in front of the Guru, every people become an angel. No, you have two. One in your pocket, your right pocket, you hold a hollow of holiness. And in the left pocket, you have two horns. In front of the deity and Guru, you took the hollow, you put it on your head. Very holy people. The moment you leave outside, first you look if Guruji is looking or not. You check it out. Moment you don't see the house, the ashram visible, you took it the hollow out, you put the two horn. You're back to your old self. And then you ask, why God is not fulfilling what I'm asking? I'm long time on the spiritual path. Somebody come, short time the prayer get answers. You see that your blood is boiling inside out of jealousy and anger. Why him or her, not me? Have you ever truly changed? you have never truly changed. But yet, you expect that the merciful Lord, Bhagwan himself, will come and pour out that grace upon you. Say, wow, your clothes is beautiful. Your tilak is well designed now. You have a very, how you call it? No, there is a specific word I'm looking. Your tilak is very, it's approved tilak. Huh? It's well defined. No? You're wearing kantimala, and you have learned few mantra and few verses. That's what you go out rapping about, thinking you are impressing the one with that. And you think that he need you as a savior in the world. Bhagwan is not strong enough. No? God is not strong enough. He needs you to save the world for him. How great are you? You must be a very powerful person. But even the mighty Lord, the Supreme Lord, Sri Hari Narayana himself, need you. Very merciful. I don't know whose mercy actually, whether it is the mercy of Sri Hari or it is your mercy. Who need who, Maybe Sri Hari need your mercy. And this is in that state of mind very often. We shape our egoistic intelligence, our egoistic knowledge. So our knowledge that we receive is no more sanctified by love. It's sanctified by our own egoistic nature. But to enter into the splendor of the eternal Ayodhya, into the eternal Vrindavan, it is not by our egoistic nature. It is not by the show that we enact on the outside. Like I was telling the story yesterday, these kind of show don't even reach the shadow of heaven. That kind of prayer, if you have understood the story that I told yesterday, you will start to look at yourself and ask your question. Ask you the question. It's not about somebody else. The Holy Scriptures is about you evolve. It is about you attaining the grace of Sri Hari. It's not about somebody else. But in our mind we think, yes, it's always about somebody else. No, it's about you transforming yourself. It's giving you enough of the external show. And how that would be only when sincerity awakens inside of you. You may think that you are sincere because you see, through justifying your own delusion, you will think that you are sincere. But then you have to see, is it accordance to what the Guru have teach me or not? Am I in line with that, or am I in line with only with my egoistic nature? Because that is also why very often one gets deluded. And very often on the spiritual path, there's a lot of deluded people. Because they think that they are very advanced spiritually. They think that they are very great personality. They are the most purest of all. What is that kind of mind? Automatically, in your mind, the moment you think that you're the most purest, the most important, the most greatest devotee, and so on, already the opposite is happening. Because a true bhakta, a true devotee, is always humble. And we have seen the nature of being humble, what it is. The verse carry on, explaining, from the time, O king of the birds, which is Bhushandi, it is a crow. You know the story of Bhushandi, no? I don't need to tell. Ashwin, tell the story of Bhushandi. I have to test him also. I'm waiting. Are we all waiting? Anybody? Sri Ram. Yes, one Lord Rama was yawning. It is always somebody else's fault. Either your mother-in-law's fault, or your neighbor's fault, and if it is not their fault, it is God's fault. No? We can't accept. We can accept only the good things when it happened to us. But ask yourself, does the good things last forever? Does the bad thing last forever? How many times good things have been in your life and how many times bad things have been in your life? Countless of times. You're expert, in good, and you're expert in bad. In good, you're rejoicing, and in bad, you're miserable. That is what I was talking yesterday about, the peak of happiness and the valley of relaxation, not sadness. No. But you become sad due to the suffering that you brought upon yourself, due to the desires. So here is explaining, which brought delight to many and sorrow to many. So the same Sri Ram, there's no 10 of them, there's one Ram. To some, it brings great happiness, but to the wicked mind, it brings sadness. So who is responsible for that happiness and who is responsible for the sadness? Is it Sri Ram or it is ourself. Yes, totally. It is ourself. How we take things, how we view things. For some, a mango can be a medicine. And for some, a mango can be the spike of your blood sugar. Whose fault it is? The mango? It is the mango fault, of course. It's never your fault. So here, it's one Bhagwan himself. But who perceived him? With which attitude you perceive him? With which mindset you are approaching him, he will respond to that. But of course, in your mind, you are approaching him with the mode of goodness. But in your heart, you are approaching him in the mode of envious. So Kalbhushandi carry on explaining. First, I enumerate at length those to whom it causes sorrow. So here he's carry on explaining. First I will talk about why it brings sorrow to. It's so beautifully explained here. To begin with, the night of ignorance terminated. The owl, like sin, hid themselves wherever they could. Sin is everywhere. Because you think, because you go on the spiritual path, you are free from sin. Very often you try to forget your sin. You forget who you have hurt because you think you are perfect. You think you have never hurt anybody. Every time it was always the fault of somebody else which have hurt you. So we hide our sin in a very beautiful way. We disguised it as if we are very holy. But you can see, you can change on the outside, but you have not changed in the inside. You have beautified yourself outside. You have become holy on the outside, but inside is still the same darkness. When we look at life itself, one of the quality which we hide very often is the quality of forgiveness. We don't have. Because when we have hurt, we get hurt, have we truly forgive? You see, to destroy sin in oneself, it's very easy. You just need to learn to forgive. Then the question will be, when you look at, I have never hurt anybody. No? Why should I forgive? Always others were the cause of me getting hurt. It's always about somebody else. And this is the nature what we have to cultivate. To truly be free from sin, we have to dive deeper in ourselves. Firstly, we have to observe ourselves. Let's see in one context why we can't forgive. Answer a little bit, anything, just say something, you know. Our ego. We want to punish the person, revenge. Yeah, he knows it. हिंदी बोल सकते हैं अंग्रेज नहीं आते अच्छा हाँ क्रियोल भी बोल सकते हैं क्रियोल नहीं आते हैं अच्छा हिंदी बात करते हैं अच्छा like an old recorder ना तो अच्छा it's good. What he's saying, would you translate it? So whenever we get hurt and everything, so why is it impossible to forgive? Is because the moment we sit by ourselves, we keep thinking about it again and again. Then when we go into the temple in front of the Guru, and we cry, we feel a little bit guilty. You know, maybe we should have truly forgive. You know. But it's beautiful. In your answer is the answer that I was going to give, actually. You know, why we can't be free from sin? Because we always expect others to ask for forgiveness first. Then we always expect somebody else to apologize first. Even if they have apologized, we say no, they have not, because we want them inside to suffer. I see. Huh? Then you're stupid. No, then cut your connection with that person. It's in your house? Joe? Yeah. I feel if I will answer this question, I will be... Normally, I try to avoid getting in... It will come, it will come. Ramcharitmanas is also talking about that. So, the nature of why we can't truly forgive is because we expect others to apologize firstly. Secondly, is we should have the quality firstly inside of us to forgive. If we don't have that quality inside of us to forgive, we will never be able to forgive the person. There's this beautiful story, sadhu, a saint. So there was a scorpion from one side of the bank of the river. And the scorpion wanted to go to the other side of the bank of the river. So the sadhu took the scorpion in his hand. His disciple was with him. Hold it, carry it a little bit, the scorpion bite him. Drop down. Again pick up the scorpion. Got bitten again a second time. Again, he took it third time. He bring it to the other side. Again the scorpion bite him. The disciple said, Maharaj, but why have you carried the scorpion even when the scorpion is biting you like that? So he said, well, imagine the scorpion is small and it can't give up its own nature of biting. Why should I give up the nature of helping? But we forget that nature because that have to be inborn inside of us. No? If we have that nature of forgiving, automatically that naturally will manifest. But we have a nature of judging. We have a nature of criticizing. We have a nature always of pointing fingers towards others. No? That's why this finger we don't use in japa. This is the finger of accusation. You. But you forget what three fingers is pointing towards you. One finger is pointing towards others. It's your fault. But more than it is your fault, it is my fault. But you don't see it because it's towards you. And one finger is pointing towards the heaven. That's why in dhyan, that finger, when we do jnana mudra, that finger become, what is this finger? Fire. But in dhyana mudra, this finger becomes the absolute, the fire which burns everything. But then this acute, which is always not me, but others, but that is turned towards Bhagwan. So when you unite with the divine, when that ego is unite with the divine, then purification start happening. Transformation start happening. That's why dhyana mudra is very important. It acts upon the mind. So coming back to that, because of our own nature itself, we can't get rid of the sin because we don't cultivate good qualities. Even when we read the Holy Scriptures, we read about all the beautiful quality of Bhagwan, but yet we forget about it very quickly. We read verses after verses, quoting at length. You can learn it by heart also. But when you have a moment to judge somebody else and to criticize somebody else, wow. To put you in front, you utilized that for your own egoistic nature. So how can you be free from that? Because you see, naturally, we all have the divine quality inside of us. We're all part of the divine, but we have that divine quality. Have we awakened that divine qualities inside of us? Because we have not truly awakened inside of us that divine quality, we have only beautified on the outside, like an icing, on the cake you have beautiful sugar coating. We have also very often spiritual people are outside sugar coating themselves nicely. But inside they don't feel anything. Here, body and mind and intellect is very active. And due to body, mind and intellect, they think that they are progressing on the spiritual path. But sin is hidden. No? That's why in Ramcharitmanas it said, the owl, like sin, hide themselves wherever they could. The way it is hiding inside of you. And the third, why? It is because of the weakness and wickedness. So weakness and wickedness. We don't accept that we are weak. So due to that weakness, we become wicked. Due to the weakness of ourselves, we bark. Have you ever seen a big dog? The majestic of that dog, it's by itself. You don't need to bark or no need to make any move. Just by looking at that dog is impressive. But a small chihuahua, which is like a doormat, like a small rat, what does it do? They have to continue barking to be seen. And this is how people are, you know. Wicked people are like that. People who hide their sin are like that. They have to continuously barking so to be noticed. If somebody which is tall person, which have a majestic look, come inside, okay, everybody will turn and look at the person. Because the mere presence of that person itself, everybody. And if a shorty come there, dwarf come there, nobody will notice. They have to do something. Sorry. Others. So like that, our sins are also hidden in so many ways. It's hidden, it's not inside, it is hidden in how we are thinking, it is hidden in our action, it is hidden in so many things that we do on a daily basis. That is why, with a calm mind, when you sit in dhyan, you observe yourself. It is a self work. No? So you ask a question, forgive. No? Why do you forgive? You don't forgive because the person deserves your forgiveness. You forgive because you, for your own peace, you forgive. It's not about others. It's not because that will make you grand again back into the eyes of the other person. No, it will never make you grand. Again, coming back to your question, what you asked, again they will do the same thing. But keep forgiving for your sake, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace. That's why the nature of forgiving is that. Forgive for your sake. And like that, your sin also, wherever it is, it will not bother you. Then you forgive because, like I said, people do things they don't know what they're doing. And if you are wise, you will not bring yourself to their level. If somebody is dumb and stupid, let them be with their stupidity. Don't need to come to their level. When a dog is barking at you, do you sit and bark to the dog also? It will be a wonderful view to see. Huh? You will owl with them also. Then nothing will change in your life. So if you have that knowledge, you know how to go out of the sorrow and everything. So learn to let go of it. Yes, what?
Guruji, is it a sin if we do not forgive people?
Yes, it is. That's what I'm talking all continuously like that. What do you hear? And you are sitting just in front of me.
I'm sorry.
You have something blocking your ears or what?
No.
Read.
But if the person has hurt you, the person who hurt you has done the mistake, he has done the sin.
Just forgive it, not for for their sake. For your sake. You don't understand that?
I do, but okay.
Okay, what is the nature of forgiving? Forgiveness have how many words? How many letters are inside?
Forgive, 7. Forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And ESS, 10, 11.
11. There's a writer by the name of Margaret Max. No? In her book, she said, forgiveness have 4 letters, 4 words. That is 4 letters only. Love. And that is why here in Ramcharitmanas is talking about that. When we enter into the relationship with Bhagwan, the secret key of transformation is love. And it is love that opens the door to the divine. It is love that becomes your true laughter, your true joy, your true happiness. It is love that makes you alive. It is love that makes you dance in ecstasy of the divine. It is love that makes you dance in the tune of the bamboo flute of Bhagavan Krishna holding. And this is the beauty of surrender. The bamboo which the Krishna is holding as a flute, you know the story, I don't need to tell. I've said that many times, The bamboo is hollow. So when it is hollow, when you become hollow completely, free from all your I, me and mine, free from body, mind, intellect, then Bhagwan can flow, can play his divine melody for you. Those who enter into the heavenly Ayodhya, they are free from all this. That is why Kakbhushandi is talking about, no? His flute is continuously singing through them. It is Bhagwan's divine melody continuously flowing through them. So that is the nature why Bhushandi is talking about that right now. Is that, well, are you ready to become the flute of Bhagavan? Are you ready to become an instrument of Him? But firstly, if you are ready to become an instrument of Him, you have to empty yourself from everything. You can't be full about that, you know. All your questions that you've been asking right now is all still with the ego. No? I am forgiven. Yes, I told you, forgive for the sake of yourself, you know. But it have other nature by itself, you know. When it comes to the highest state of that, it's about love. It's about you transforming and becoming an instrument of Bhagavan truly. And becoming an instrument of Bhagavan is not just taking the book and go around with the book and say, yes, look, it's written in the book here. It's not about written in the book here. It have to be written inside of your heart firstly. It have to be here written. If here you have not written, what is the book? Black and white? Every idiot can read that. But how many can really understand that? How many can truly feel it from deep inside? You have to become the instrument of the divine. That's what Bhagavan wants you. That's what is the game of your life itself, the goal of your life. Sorry, not the game of your life, but the goal of your life, the aim of your life. To become a divine instrument where Bhagavan can play eternally His divine. But by holding upon all, you will never be. You will just be the icing on the only on the outside. That's what people see. Like yesterday, men see all as very holy person, but yet the prayer, the sincere prayer of somebody from the heart itself that reach Bhagavan. And then when you reach Him, He take you in His hand. You know, then He place you on His lips. Then He start the music of the divine ecstasy, the song of that eternal love. And this is the song of freedom. What happens if your egoistic self, you know? So the true moksha happen only when you are free from the egoistic nature of yourself. That's why Kagbhushandi is saying, you know, the night of ignorance terminate. Normally you are always sitting in the nature of ignorance. How do we get rid of ignorance? We get rid of ignorance when we receive the true knowledge from the Sadguru. The Sadguru is not concerned about who you are in this life. What is your status? He is not concerned about what you have in your life. What he is concerned about of forging you into the divine instrument. What he perceived inside of you, firstly, that's why Kagbhushandi said, what you have been holding these sins, not only in this life. You know only now what is happening in your house only. Yeah? But what is happening in your house is a consequence of countless of life behind. Do you know about this? The countless of sins which have been inside of you, holding inside of you. Do you know about it? No, you don't know about it. The Sadguru know. Yeah. You know only now. You're playing that game of now only. But it's not just a game of now, you know. It's a game which you have countless time play, not only one time. Do you think these sins have died with you from previous lives also? No, it have not died with you. You are still carrying it with you. If you will have died with you at that time, you will be free. Because of that, you are not free. That's why you are here, still enacting the same drama to try to free yourself. Your Atma is calling to be free. And what are you doing? You are again forging the next life. You are again making the same mistake which you have done in countless of life. You are doing for your future life. And the Guru say, enough is enough. That's why when you dive in that and understand what knowledge Goswami Tulsidas have wrote here, you know. This is where Ramcharitmanas, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the holy scriptures become freedom. When you truly understand what the word really is about. So the moment you hear that, you think only on now, because that's what you know. But he said, the sin which is hidden everywhere inside of you. He didn't say only in one place, no? Where it is hidden. Do you know where it is hidden? In every part of you. And that's what Goshendi is saying. This is the first things that we have to understand, where it is hidden. Not only in the mind. It is hidden in your heart. It is hidden in your lungs, in your liver, everywhere. The yogi, they will take it out and wash it. They will not hold anything. So once the hidden sins is seen firstly, then you can transcend it. As long as it is still hidden inside of you, as long as it is still you are in delusion, as long as you're still in ignorance, you will never be free. And knowledge, the satsang that you are listening, the grace of the Sadguru, that what free one from that. Then he carry on explaining the white lily in the shape, okay, just how beautifully it is put here. The white lily, what it is in your mind already now. The moment I utter the white lily, what jump into your mind? Purity. No? Here, that is a catching point where it is said, the next, he said, the white lily in the shape of lust and anger. The moment I mention white lily, you are seeing yourself as very pure person. That purity is hidden. What is hidden inside that purity? Difficult to get rid of. One of the nature, But why even the sages and saints fall is because of lust. Because in lust there is no love. Don't confuse, you see, the love that people have with lust. Love is eternal. Love is creative. Love have a different dimension in itself. But lust, no. Lust is finite. You all know about it. Once you have enjoy your lust doesn't mean only sex. What I mean, lust is countless of desires which is born inside of you. One can be lustful towards somebody, but can be also lustful towards the wealth of that person. That greediness. That's what Bhagavan Krishna said in the Gita, no? Greed, when enter into the mind, it don't let go of you easily. When greed enter your mind, you want to fulfill the nature of that desire. So here, lust is desire. Again, you want to fulfill it. You will go to extreme length to fulfill that desire. And you will do anything, any moment, you will just to get that moment only. Does you get that moment? Yes, if you get that moment, you will want more. But it will come to a point where enough will be enough. What will awake afterwards? Anger. Out of anger come delusion. Out of delusion come loss of memory. And when loss of memory happen, you are doomed. That's what Bhagavan is saying here right now, you know. It appeared beautiful like a white lily. But you are mistaken. You are getting caught in something which it is very dangerous. Once you get caught into that, you fall into a reality which you will battle continuously to go out of it. Because this is not the nature of your mind. It is not the nature of love truly. So here it said first you have to get rid of that, you know. So, like I said earlier, love, opposite to that, when love take control of your heart, true love, you know. I'm not talking about the love what is between people, because that love is emotion, and due to that emotion there is lust and anger into it. That's why in your house also there is up and down. Yes or no? So when true love awake, you awake in love with reality. Which I can say, I use the word awake in love in reality, or you can say fall in love with reality. It's not fakeness. Because this is the nature. Why you get hurt? Because you have not yet truly fall in love with the reality. And deep inside of you, you know it is not real. You know that, oh, X, Y, that is also playing the same game, but you are playing. It's not one way. You know it, you are fake. That person know you are fake. Both fakeness are playing the game. But deep inside of you, you have the feeling it is fake. Look at you. Ask yourself, Are you truly seated in the mode of true love? Or are you sitting in the mode of hypocrisy? I'm not asking to tell me. I'm telling you to look at yourself and ask yourself this question. But the first question was, yes, I'm a great bhakta. I'm doing a lot of seva. In the eyes of the Sadguru, is completely different reality. You know, it is not what the show off of the outside, but impress the Guru and God. It is a sincerity, truly, from the heart itself. You know, that's why I say it. Love is about falling in love with reality. So how it is to fall in love with reality now? Because when we look at reality, there is ups and there is down. Now, let's come to the next things. Chakora birds in the shape of activities of various kinds. The phenomenal existence. Here, again, he's pointing to another aspect. We hide through different kind of activities. I am a great singer. No? I'm a great musician. I'm a great banker. I'm a great prime minister. I'm a great minister. Everybody thinks they are great. No? In their field, they think, but they are great. But are we free from these egoistic identity? No. Because it is so glamorous. It is so tempting. Because that's what makes us somebody. And we want to be somebody. In the eyes of the world, we want to be somebody. And that play continuously in our mind also. Because we have been taught since small to become somebody. Since small, you have been trained meticulously by your parent, but you have to become somebody. And it is not wrong to be somebody. If you are, but you have to also remind yourself to become humble. Because, like I said yesterday, you will work, you will have name, fame, glory. People will remember you for a short time, yes. People will talk about you, whether you are a good person or not a good person. It doesn't matter. But you, when you're alive, know one thing. What will be your end? The bin. Yeah. But probably you were not here yesterday, but why I'm saying your end will be the bin. Ash. We took only 5 parts of the ash. And the rest, what do? They throw it in the bin. So that will be all your life you have worked, you have earned name, fame, glory. And at the end you will be thrown in the bin as rubbish. Imagine, throughout life you have not known who you are. This is why God have given you this life. To realize Him, to attain Him. But you have not. Throughout life you have played the egoistic game. Earlier I was saying one word, no? In reality, there is lots of defect. Yes, there is. But the defect of reality is not to weaken you. The defect of reality is, in reality, the challenge to make you grow. So that's why when you fall in love with reality, that's why there is a beautiful saying that said, challenges, you have to meet it, no? You have to transcend it. So these challenges actually is our own spiritual growth. And it is through going through these challenges that we transcend. Otherwise we don't. We stay again in our own nature mode, then we don't transcend. How we will transcend is only by going through it. So the challenges come so that we can transcend. So it reflects also the nature of who we are. It reminds us of who we are. It humbles us, you know. And this is the nature of love. So when you meet the Guru reminds you that you're hiding in so many ways. You're hiding behind your words. You're hiding behind your works. You're hiding behind your identity. You're hiding behind your activities. But that's not your reality. And the role of the Sadguru is not about fulfilling every dream of everybody. You know, very often people go to the sadhu and the saints. You know, the sadhu and the saints have renounced everything. But people go to them for material gain only. Oh, please fulfill that for me, Maharaj, please. And of course, you see, like Kabir Dev said, in this marketplace there is many. You know, everybody have placed their goods and everybody is selling their goods. You know. And you have some which is good, some which is not good. Those which will remind you of God are very rare. Most will remind you of their product that they have. And very often, because you're weak-minded, you will run towards their product. But the true Guru, like in the Guru Granth Sahib said, that the true Guru inspired you for liberation, inspired you for true service of Sri Hari. It don't flatter your ego. It will not tell you good things so that your ego get puffed. But you have many in the world which continuously flattered your ego. Like that, they can have what they want. So that is why here it said that bird, the chakora bird, in the shape of activities, in various kind, we hide ourselves. But when you are truly absorbed in true love inside of you, when two persons are truly in love, what happens? They start to mirror each another. No? Tadatmya is about that. That kind of true love is only towards Bhagwan. We can't mirror a mere mortal who have not transcend that reality. That is why in our philosophy of Tadatmya we say, come so close to Sri Hari, come so close to Bhagavan Krishna, so that you can reflect him. But you have to come close to him. And how you will come close to him is through that love itself, where you start to reflect each another. The glow, you see, when you come closer to the light, you start. But if you see the corner there, in the darkness there, you will still perceive the light. It will be far away. It will not reflect upon you. When you come close, you start to reflect. Everything that you come close, start to reflect. You come close to this curtain, if you look properly, that curtain is reflecting upon me. You see, I'm yellow now. Just like Swamini. If I put the white, I become but if I come close to God, God starts reflecting through you. And this is the nature of true love, true service, true surrender. When you become mirror to each another, when you start to reflect each another, and that reflection become also the help. It's not just a mere help, what Kak Bhushandi is talking about, but from the sincerity of your heart. Because mere activity we can do of many kinds and hide behind that, you know. Time and nature never rejoice. So into this, if you are shackled with all the negativity, you can never be free. So time and nature would never be happy, because you see, Kal, you know, when this is a word we use, Kal, no? Kal means transcend also. And nature don't rejoice. Why does nature don't rejoice? Because by doing all the other opposed to our true nature itself, we are not into nature. That's why I used the word yesterday. We are part of nature. We are not a part of it. But whatever human does, they put themselves a part of it. That is why some crooked mind, in place of supporting nature, what they do? They destroyed nature. Because they have destroyed themselves. If you knew who you are, automatically your natural instinct is to surrender to nature. Because you are part of it. That is why I always say to the devotee, protect nature. It's not that Mother Nature needs our protection, but we have to show gratitude to Mother Nature by respecting Mother Nature. And that starts with each one of us. How much rubbish do you have? How to dispose firstly of all your rubbish? That is very important to know. Now, very often we have a nature of the, how to say, especially, when we do the funeral ceremony, what did even the pujari, the priest said, when you finish do the visarjan of all the prayer thing, take your clothes and throw it there. But it's very bad. Even if it is the clothes itself, it takes time to disintegrate in nature. Especially if it is in water, it takes even more longer time. You don't just disintegrate like that. People go and throw plastic. Nature, we go for a walk by the mountain. You see plastic clothes and everything. Why you can't burn it? Not the plastic, of course. The clothes, you can just burn it. One question is, how many of you have planted one tree in your life? Tree, not bushes and little flowers, whatever. Papaya tree is a plant. How many? Papaya tree. How many of you have planted one tree? Tree, I mean tree, real tree, okay? No? One only? Two? Two? Three? Four? Oh, nobody. Other Swamini, Chinese Swamini. Not even the Indian Swamini. How many trees have you planted, Swamini? 7. Oh, okay, good. 7 is fine. At least. So you see, when you start respecting nature, nature will respect you. Nature will shower you with His grace, with her grace, with her blessing. Then you start to reflect also that, though nature will start helping you in whatever ways, but if you are fully in your pride and your ego, do you think nature will help you? It will not. No. So that is why here Bhagavad is saying that in any time, if you are centered in the mode of goodness, in the mode of love, which is the natural state of your true being, so in any moment in your life, whether it is in the good time of your life or in the bad moment of your life, or in the happiness of your life or in the sadness of your life, Bhagavan will be continuously with you. So Kagbhushandi said, carry on, said, thieves like jealousy, pride, infatuation, and arrogance had no occasion to display their skill in any quarter. Here, in the holy dham of Ayodhya, the eternal Ayodhya, I'm not talking about the physical Ayodhya, I'm talking the eternal dham which is superimposed upon this reality. Because this is nitya. Now, nitya means eternal. So it is not the dham that we see now when you go to Ayodhya, say, oh yeah, this temple. Because if you hear the gloriousness from previous days, what we are talking about, it is not in this reality. It's a transcend mind, So the saint and the sages, they are perceiving that. But here again he said, inside of you, inside this body, which is also Ayodhya, a place where there is no fight. A place where there is no fight. And where there is no fight, there is complete acceptance. That's why there will be jealousy, pride, infatuation, arrogance. But when you come to that state of divine consciousness, when you're reflecting that love of God, inside of the bhakta, there is no jealousy, there is no pride, there is no infatuation, there is no arrogance. So ask yourself now, are you a bhakta? Are you free from all these qualities? Are you reflecting the love of God? Are you who are you reflecting upon? Or are you reflecting only your own egoistic nature? It's about you. Ramcharitmanas is about you. Sri Ram is sitting inside of you. It's also part of you. So ask yourself now, are you a bhakta or not? Do you have this quality or not? Because you see, it's easy to read about it. It's easy to hear about it. But to reflect upon it and look at yourself firstly, before you point fingers towards others. Others are like this, like this, like this. Look at yourself. There is many who point fingers thinking that they are perfect. What quality do you hold? Do you reflect Sri Hari? Are you secure in your relationship with Guru and Bhagwan? Or are you insecure about it? You are insecure because all these qualities are still very much present inside of you. This is what the Sadguru said, no? The Sadguru will remind you of the glories of true life. It will not pacify you. Because I don't have anything to gain from anyone. Bhagwan have given me enough. What I want is that you grow out of your limitation and become truly a true and pure devotee. And not just a show of the outside. Our philosophy is about that, no? What the Sadguru is teaching. So that you can reflect Sri Hari himself, no? You can become close. But if you are holding so much upon your jealousy, your pride, your arrogance, how would you be free? Secure everything, no? my question before was, you didn't even get my question. Huh? Is love secure or insecure? No. Both is unsecure. Bhagwan se bhi. No, no, this is where everybody goes wrong. The nature of love is insecure. You know why? Because it has its own ways. Nobody knows the way of love. That is word, love, nobody can even explain to you what it is. That's why we say God is love. No? Nobody can describe who Bhagwan is. Of course, we have many, Bhagavad explain, and many give you an ideas of who he is. You know? We know who he is. But who he is, truly, even the Veda can't explain who he is. What they say? Neti neti. Is beyond explanation, because all the explanation fall short upon explaining who he is. That's why we use words good, joyful, compassionate, and whatever, but they're all limited. If we could explain who he is, then he would not be God. Then it falls under a limitation. When I'm talking about love, it don't fall under any limitation. It is not, again and again, I always explain about that. It is not the way you understand love. It is not that way. That's why it is said one can never know the ways of love. If you will know, then it will not be love. Then it will be under your control. We can never know him. When we think we know, we want to catch it. No? This is the nature of human mind. Now we want to possess it. We want to hold it. We want to control it. Can we control love? No, we can't. Very often people come and say, "Oh, Guruji, make me fall in love with that person." How? If you go to some tantric people, they will take your money and do some juju, and of course they will sell you some potion and all this stuff. Or you go to some priests, they will make some stories and type something and do some prayer for you. And I say, but if you come to me, I will tell you the truth. You like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. You can disappear, I don't care. So, this is the nature of love, whether you want it or not, you know. Love have its own ways. Auntie Bindu said enough. She have find another ways now. Eh?
The fabric fell also.
Ah, yeah. You can relax a little bit though. She's expressing her nature. She was sweet, you see. She was direct, you know. She will tell you frankly, I'm not somebody which pray. And I was looking at a video that somebody sent me from 2 years ago when, for my birthday. And she was saying on that directly that I don't pray. My son is praying. But she was frank, you know. But she said, I'm not a bad person. I love people. And that is beautiful, I see. Yeah. That they are wearing, but in reality they are not. You know. Just to, as a show, you know, because they found a game to play. Yeah. So they appeared as holy. But that woman was not. She will tell the I won't do anything about it. You know. And that was her prayer, you know, of being who she was. You all know about it. It's not something that I am made up about it. You know? And that frankness, that's what Sri Ram is also talking about. You know, it's not about pretend to be. So here Bhagavan is telling, you have to live a true life when you know about it, when you follow the teaching of the Sadguru. You have to live in the truth. You can't hide behind so many things, you know. From the beginning itself, Kakabhoshandi is saying, you know, you can't hide behind, you can't hide your sin. You know, thinking that you are a very holy person. First you have to learn to admit it. Then you can transcend it. You can go over it. You can awake that love only when you come to the point of acceptance. Then he said, don't hide, you know, that you should know that inside of you, all the beautiful thing that you see, there is something deep inside, you know, lust and anger is hiding behind. You know, not because the beautiful, the every bottle is beautiful. You know, when you go to the shop, you see all kind of bottle, very sexy one also. Doesn't mean that whatever, when the outside is beautiful, inside is also beautiful. No. What is outside, inside is poison. You know, not because the bottle is beautiful, you can drink it. So that is what he's also saying, you know. We hide behind that. We hide behind our activities, you know, which is in many shapes, by thinking that we are very great. You know, but we hide the thieves, you know, inside of us, which is jealousy, pride, infatuation, arrogance. But in the kingdom of Bhagavan, these don't. If you have rise in spirituality, true spirituality, these qualities have to vanish from you. You have to get rid of this, you know. It's not managing it only. To manage something is only here. You know, that throughout life what you are doing, you are just managing things. Your marriage, you're managing. The society, you're managing. Your life, you're managing. But spirituality is not managing. But you want to manage also that, you know. How would you be free? So you have to come to the point of understanding that once you throw yourself into spirituality, all your I, me and mine, body, mind, intellect have to disappear. And when it is disappeared, it's just disappeared. You can wait a little bit. And you can't do anything about that, you know. Don't try even to become hypocrite and try to manage things in the spiritual field. You will not be able to. That is where acceptance is important. Otherwise, you will be just a hypocrite. And then, is that... it is my mic, it's not her, she's relaxing there. Then ask yourself, is it a life what you want? Is it a true life? So it is the question that you have to ask yourself. Now, which kind of life you want? You want a delusional life, or you want a life which is spiritual? Or you want a life just to manage it? So that is why, you see, I said earlier, love, you know, because you see, in our mind we think that we know about love. You know, it is not the love letter or the books, you know, what we hear about. No. If we don't adventure into that divine realm, we don't know what is true love. That is why true love, it is not known. You know, true love, it is in constant movement between knowing and unknowing. It is constantly moving. And here you see people, great eloge, yay, I'm in love. So love is in constant movement. When you think you know about love, then you come to a point, no, I don't know anything about it. How can you know the mighty ocean, no? When you're just a drop itself? The immensity of that ocean, would you know about it? Love is like that. That's why we say love is God. You know, because He's mighty. When Bhagavan Krishna showed His cosmic form to Arjuna, what does Arjuna say? Chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita, no? Through the grace of Bhagavan Krishna, through Guru Kripa, you know, then we have Darshana. So through Bhagavan Krishna's grace, the divine side was given to Arjuna. Arjuna perceived that cosmic form of the Supreme Lord Himself, but he didn't see only the good God which is seated with a white beard playing harp. No. He saw everything. He was the good. He was creation, He was destruction. And He had millions of feet. Wherever He will look, up, down, left, right, up, everywhere was only Bhagavan. He didn't say that He was only in one place. No. He was omnipresent. He was everywhere. This is how the Sadguru perceived Bhagavan. And He is not the one which is seated only in the temple. This is the delusion of people thinking that because the Vigraha is there, He is only sitting there. And we become obsessed that only one place. No. everywhere. So wherever he would turn the feet, the Mecca will move. So they realized that he was God sent at that moment. Similar happened to Namdev Raj. After the incident that Gorakumbha, no, Chokamela, no, Gorakumbha tested, Bhagwan, how say, Sant Dhyaneshwar said to Gorakumbha, now test, you are a potter, you can test, how do you test the pot, whether they are baked or not? And what he did, he said, I take a stick and I hit on it. Through the sound, ting ting, I know it is baked or not. So he hit on everybody, head, very good. When it comes to Namdev, Namdev protest. He said, how dare you? You are a low person, I'm a Brahmin. How can you dare hit me with that stick? And Gorakumbha said, this one is not big. Namdev's ego was shattered. Was not shattered, it became bigger here at that moment. Note one thing, that Namdev was eating, drinking in the companion of Bhagwan Vitthal all the time. But the ego was still there, hiding inside. Imagine to be in the presence of the Guru and Bhagwan, that have to disappear. Namdevji was offended. He went home angry. Bhagwan Vitthal was there, laughing. Of course, he enacted everything himself, waiting for him. And he said, Gorakumbha is right. That how can he be right? That he's right what he said. Look at yourself. You're offended. You are full of ego. For that you need a guru. Go to your guru. Go there to your village, family village. There's the Shiva temple. Go there. What is his name? Visobha Keshar. Yeah, will be there. There will be a priest. You ask there, they will find. So Namdev traveled to his family village, and of course, like I said first, before I go in the village, I will go and have darshan of the deity of the village. He went inside. There was a man lying down with his feet on the Shivalinga. Namdev flew in a rage, went there and asked, what are you doing? Are you insane? You have your feet on God, the Shivling? And Visobha said, I'm a very old man. I'm weak, I'm tired, frail. I can't move my feet. Please move my feet. So he said, with resistance inside of his heart, he took the feet of the old man and he moved. and he put it down. When he put the feet of the old man down, a shivling appeared. He moved it to the other side, another shivling appeared. Wherever he will put the feet of the old man, a shivling will pop under his feet. At that moment, Namdev Maharaj realized his mistake, fell down at his feet and asked for forgiveness. Then he realized, he asked for forgiveness. He said, Bhagwan Vittal have sent me to Vishobha, and I'm, what is Vishobha? Kechara. Now, so, and he said, yes, I am Vishobha Kechara. So then he stayed there for 3 weeks. So he had the knowledge that Bhagwan is omnipresent. This is the time when Namdev, from that moment on, before he used to go inside Vittala's temple to have darshan of the Vigraha of Bhagwan Vittal, but from that on, he stopped going inside. He would stand outside and do the Nama. And Bhagwan himself will come, And this is the importance of understanding, But wherever you are, Bhagwan is with you. And who will perceive and who will have darshan of it? Only those who are free from these negative quality. So, like Swami Shivananda said, first we have to cleanse ourselves from all this negativity. It's not about entering spirituality, our spiritual life, also our purification. We're purified from all negative qualities. It's not holding upon the good quality. Let the good quality awake. Hold upon the lotus feet of Sri Hari only. Don't hold also on your good quality, because if you hold on the good quality, the ego also will say. Then you'll be very proud of, look how great I am. I'm a very important person. So that is why Bhagwan said, in the domain of Sri Ram, these qualities don't have any quarters. In the domain of the Bhakta's heart, in the domain of Sri Ayodhya, here, in this Kurukshetra itself, this negative quality should not be there. The moment you call yourself a Bhakta, these negative quality, you have to get rid of it. You have to understand what is the nature of love itself. You see, understand. I'd say, I didn't use the word know, because it is impossible to know the nature of love. Even the Veda don't know. How would you know about it? So, that is why it is said that these are not there. Then he carry on the last verse that he says that lotuses of every description, lotuses, again, white lilies. No? The white before was not a lotus, it was a lily. This is where you, again, now I bring your mind into that. A lily is not a lotus. The nature of purity is a lotus. It's not a lily. So you see the play of words which Goswami Tulsidas used here. So the lotus in the shape of knowledge and realization open in the pond of piety. So here, knowledge and realization, which means the satsang of the Sadguru, and realization is just the grace, the divine name itself. And piety is your heart itself. That what is born inside of your heart. Happiness, contentment, dispassion, and discernment, like so many Chakravarta birds, were rid of sorrows. So, when all the divine qualities, the good quality awake inside of your heart, then you're free from sorrow. You're free from suffering. You're free from desire. So we end here now. So today will be the last day of that. So 3 days. So Jai Gurudev. So we do Arti. Now we sing, eh? Kinus. No, it's not meeting. Eh? Big. Again, you sound sa. No.
Which one, Jay? Okay.
Kini mi ako? Sadguru Maharaj ki तेरा किया मीठा लागे मीठा लागे मीठा लागे 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 मीठा लागे तेरा किया हरि का नाम हृदय नित्यदाई संगी साथी सगल तरानी सगल तरानी, हरि का नाम हृदय ध्याई, संगी साथी सगल तरानी, सगल तरानी। तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे,
तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया, तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे। तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे। तेरा किया, तेरा किया। गुरु मेरे संग सदा है नाले, सिमरन सिमरन जिस सदा संभाले, सदा संभाले।
गुरु मेरे संग
सदा है नाले, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया,
तेरा किया
मीठा लागे,
मीठा लागे,
मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया
मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा
लागे।
तेरा किया।
तेरा किया मीठा लागे, हरि का नाम पदारथ नानक मांगे, नानक मांगे।
तेरा किया
मीठा लागे, हरि नाम पदारथ नानक मांगे, नानक मांगे। तेरा किया मीठा लागे, हरि नाम पदारथ नानक मांगे, नानक मांगे।
तेरा किया मीठा लागे, नानक मांगे,
नानक मांगे। तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया
तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे। तेरा किया, तेरा किया मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे, मीठा लागे। तेरा किया, तेरा किया। तेरा किया मीठा लागे, तेरा किया मीठा लागे।
तेरा किया किया मीठा लागे मीठा लागे तेरा किया मीठा लागे मीठा लागे तेरा किया मीठा लागे मीठा लागे मीठा तेरा किया मीठा लागे मीठा लागे मीठा लागे सतगुरु महाराज की हरि भक्त संता जले हो अनेका
चले गो अनेक
हरि भक्त संता जले हो अनेक दया माझे निष्ठा काम्य एका दया माझे निष्ठा काहिनेक सुख वामदेवा सोना का नाथा अजमिला प्रहलाद विभीषणा अजमिला प्रहलाद विभीषणा अजमिला प्रहलाद विभीषणा अजमिला प्रहलाद विभीषणा ध्रुवा पर सारा व्यास पुंडलीका ध्रुवा पर सारा व्यास पुंडलीका अर्जुन वाल्मीकि अम्बरीषा अर्जुन वाल्मीकि अम्बरीषा ऋगमथ भीष्मा भगतल्पसूता रूपांगद भीष्मा भगतल्पसूता सिद्धे हनुमता परिगृहीता शिभी हनुमंत परिगृहीता कश्यपति अत्रि गौतम वशिष्ठ कश्यपति अत्रि गौतम वशिष्ठ भारद्वाज श्रेष्ठ मार्कंडेय भारद्वाज श्रेष्ठ मार्कंडेय बाली कृपाचार्य इंद्र सूर्य चंद्र बाली कृपाचार्य भद्र सूर्य चंद्र ब्रह्मा निरुद्ध पूर्ण भक्त ब्रह्मा अनिरुद्ध पूर्ण भक्त सर्वं च एका हेमि किंकर सर्वं च एका आहेमि किंकर मग्ने ध्यानेश्वर वैष्णववासी मागे ध्यानेश्वर वैष्णववासी नामदेव तुकाराम दानाबाई तुकाराम नामदेव तुकाराम दानाबाई तुकाराम नामदेव तुकाराम दानाबाई तुकाराम नामदेव तुकाराम दानाबाई तुकाराम नामदेव तुकाराम नामदेव तुकाराम विठ्ठल 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 जय जय राम कृष्ण हरे 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 श्री विठ्ठल गिरिधारी परब्रह्मणे नमः 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 ब्रह्मणे नमः श्री विठ्ठल गिरिधारी परब्रह्मणे नमः